lord and master of the Anunnaki. The god Bel, or to give him his earlier name, Enlil, who is spoken of in very early inscriptions, especially those of Nippur. He was described as the lord of the lower world, and much effort seems to have been made to reach a definite conception of his position and attributes. His name has also been translated as the Lord of the Mist. The title Bel had been given to Merodach, that is Marduk, by Tiglath-pileser I around 1200 BC, after which he was referred to as the older Bel. The chief seat of his worship was at Nippur, where the name of his temple was E-Kur, or Mountain House, which was applied to sanctuaries all over Babylonia. He was also addressed as the Lord of the Storm, and as the Great Mountain, and his consort Nin-lil is also alluded to as the Lady of the Mountain. Jastrow rightly concludes that there are substantial reasons for assuming that the original city was on top of a mountain, as is generally the case with storm deities. However, there are no mountains in the Euphrates Valley. The conclusion is warranted that Enlil was the god of a people whose home was in a mountainous region, and who brought their god with them when they came to the Euphrates Valley. The god Enlil is undoubtedly of the class of Tempest deities who dwell on the mountain peaks. No text appears to have been found which alludes to him as of a red color. The second tablet of a text, known as the Crying Storm, alludes to Enlil as a storm god. Addressing him it says, "Spirit that overcomes no evil doing, spirit that has no mother, spirit that has no wife, spirit that has no sister, spirit that has no brother, that knows no abiding place, the evil slaying spirit that devastates the fold, that wrecks the stall, that sweeps away son and mother like a reed. Like a huge deluge, it tears away dwellings, consumes the provisions of the home, and wickedly drowns the harvest of the land. They all float, and you'll float too," would be very fitting. Devoted temples it devastates, the devoted men it afflicts. He that clothes himself in a robe of majesty, the spirit lays low with cold. He of wide pasture lands, with hunger it lays low. When Enlil, Lord of the lands, cries out at sunset, the dreadful word goes forth unto the spacious shrine. And the word is, destroy. Now Nippur, the city of Enlil, was of Sumerian origin. So we must connect the earliest cult of Enlil with the Sumerian Aborigines. Many of his lesser names point to such a conclusion. But he greatly outgrew all local circumstances, and among other things, he appears to have been a god who fostered vegetation. Some authorities appear to have been of the opinion that this change was owing to his removal from a mountainous region to a more level neighborhood. The truth is, it would be difficult to discover a god who wielded the power of wind and rain, who was not a patron of agriculture. But as he sends beneficial rains, he may also destroy and devastate. The noise of the storm was spoken of as his word, probably because he was a very old god. and he was regarded in some localities as the creator of the world. It is worth noting that the creator gods are not officially the creator. The great winged bull found in Assyrian art may well often represent Enlil. No symbol could better typify the tempest, which the Babylonians regarded as rushing and rioting unrestrained over country and city, even overturning the tower and the temple with its violence, and tumbling the wretched reed huts of the lower caste into the dust. The word Lil, which occurs in the name Enlil, signifies a demon, and Enlil may therefore mean the chief demon. This shows the very early animistic nature of the god. There also appear to have been other traditions where he was a war god. In the Trinity, which consisted of Bel, Ea, and Anu, he is regarded as the god of earth. That is, the earth is his sphere, and at times he is addressed as Bel, the lord of the lands. We find the word or wind of the storm god alluded to in the Popol Vuh of the Kitches of Central America, where Huracan, the deity from whose name we probably get our word, hurricane, who sweeps over the face of the primeval deep, voicing his commands. We also learn that the storm god Zu gazed upon the duties and work of Bel-Mol-lil. When Bel poured out the waters, his crown was placed on the throne, stripped from his head. The tablets of destiny Zu seized with his hand. The attributes of Bel he took, and he delivered the oracles. Then Zu fled away and sought his mountains. He raised a tempest, making a storm. Into the likeness of a bird was he transformed. Into the likeness of Zu, the divine storm bird, was he transformed. His wife uplifts his neck. The wife of Zu, the son of Zu. May they cause him to dwell in a cage. Even the god of the river reeds, Jana, and the goddess, the lady of the basket of river reeds, Guena. In the previous documentary, we learned that the Great Bull of Heaven was the son of Zu, named Guana. As you can see, it is also associated with Guena. But the word Ena means awe, fear, and terror. Jana can be used to replace the common English word what if used in a question. The main cult center of Anu was the Jana temple, whose name means house of heaven, cuneiform Itu-an in Uruk. Deities including En as part of their name include Enlil, Enki, Engurun, and of course, Enzu. But the origin of the name Jana is Irish, and Ireland would be the prequel I spoke of. But I must work from this point and time. All will become clear. Please hit that notification bell to ensure that you are notified of each upload. Share, like, comment and subscribe to support the channel for more ancient mystery.